What's the difference between mass, weight, and volume?
Have you ever wondered what the difference between mass, weight, and volume is? We're here to explain you all about it and what each of them are.
Volume refers to a three-dimensional shape of an object. The object can be a liquid, solid, or even a gas. They all have their own volume depending on their size. Here we have three 1-liter containers. Each one has three completely different substances. The first one contains a liter of air, the second contains a liter of lead, and the last one contains a liter of water. As you can see, they all have the same volume because the shape of each container is the same.
Now, let's talk about the mass of the containers. The first container, which contains a liter of air, will not be heavy at all. The second container is filled with lead, which will be much heavier than the container with air. Lastly, the container filled with water will be moderately heavy. The water will be heavier than the container with air, but not heavier than the container of lead. As you can see from this example, a lot of different objects can have the same volume, but their masses will measure very differently.
Now let's talk about the difference between mass and weight. Mass and weight are completely different. As we said before, mass is the amount of matter in an object.
On the other hand, weight is a force. Weight is how much force gravity needs to keep you or an object down on the Earth's surface.
Take a car for instance. Why can't we pick up a car? We cannot pick up a car because the car has a lot of mass. And because it has all this mass, it has a greater amount of gravitational force.
Therefore, when we try to lift the car, the gravity is pulling it back down, and that is because of its mass. Less stuff on the car means it has less mass. Less mass means there will be less force of gravity. Less of the force of gravity means that it will weigh less. This is what makes mass and weight very different.
I hope you guys understand the difference between mass, weight, and volume.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.